You guys wouldn't last a day in minus 15 degrees Celsius, but this man is sleeping on the streets to rescue his place, Ladakh.
You can see the glacier all frozen, and together with me 350 people sleeping hungry outdoors.
He's so influential that 25% of population of Ladakh has also joined him in this protest. Sonam Wangchuk, aka Kunshuk Wangduk, from the film Three Idiots. He is an Indian engineer, innovator, and also an educational reformer. Here is a list of innovations made by this person. He developed the ice stupa technique for creating artificial glaciers, which was utilized to store winter water in the form of cone-shaped ice heaps. He also constructed the solar tents, which allowed the Indian army to survive under severe weather conditions. Now, let us know, why is this man protesting?
दूसरा दिन का खात्मा है अनशन का। थर्ड डे, चौथा दिन शुरू हो रहा है। पांचवा दिन है, छठवां, सातवें, आठवां, नौवें, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14वें,
21st day of climate fast.
Back in 2019, as per the wish of people of Ladakh, the government had abandoned the Article 370 and 35A. These two articles gave a separate autonomy to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. According to Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir had a separate constitution and also a separate flag. This provision was designed to grant Jammu and Kashmir a special status in India. And Article 35A meant that no Indian from any other state was allowed to permanently settle in Jammu and Kashmir. This clause was intended to protect the demographic and cultural uniqueness of Jammu and Kashmir. But after the removal of these two articles, Jammu and Kashmir was divided into two union territories. One was Jammu and Kashmir and another was Ladakh. Union territory means there will be no state government. Everything will be directly controlled by the central government. But union territories can exist with legislature or without legislature. For example, Delhi is a union territory with legislature. That means people get to choose their leaders. Unlike Chandigarh, which is also a union territory without legislature. This means people of Chandigarh do not get to choose the leader of their wish. So, there is no concept of state government and everything will be directly controlled by the central government. Similarly, Kashmir was also made into a union territory with legislature, whereas Ladakh was a union territory without legislature. Because of this decision, there was so much development in Jammu and Kashmir, whereas Ladakh remained the same. Everything compared to Ladakh was more in Jammu and Kashmir. You all know what a place Kashmir is. There's a lot of tourism. Due to this, there's a lot of infrastructure development and the economy is ultimately greater compared to Ladakh. And do not forget the dry fruits of Kashmir. Due to these factors, Kashmir gets more budget, whereas Ladakh gets a minimal budget. And this is evidently seen in number of jobs, engineering colleges and also medical colleges, which is significantly more in Jammu and Kashmir. People of Jammu and Kashmir get to choose their leaders and representatives, who are useful in taking the demands of people to the parliament. On the other hand, the people of Ladakh have no one that they can address the problem to. And currently, they are governed by the bureaucrats who are transferred every 3 to 4 years. The governor is appointed by the central government, who has no idea about the culture and tradition of Ladakh. And we all know how bureaucracy works in India. Both the bureaucrats and governor are least accountable towards the people of Ladakh because they are not elected. Now let's exactly see what are the major problems of Ladakh. 6,000 crore was given for the development of Ladakh and there was no development seen, and hence the people say that there is too much corruption in Ladakh and they want to stop it. Number 2, because the central government directly controls Ladakh, the people of Ladakh have no say in any of the decisions made, and their lands are also being encroached by the corporates. For example, there is a tribe called Pashmina tribe in the Tibetan plateau of Ladakh, where these people live and produce the finest fibers in the world called Pashmina. And now the grazing land has been allocated for setting up 20,000 acre solar plant from the south without taking any permission or consent from the tribal people. Because of this, the tribal people are selling their goats and yaks from the south. This tribe is losing roughly 40,000 acres of prime pasture land due to corporate land encroachment. And from the north, they are losing their land to the Chinese, which according to the former law minister Subramanian Swamy is more than 4,000 square kilometers, which is really a huge landmass. Number 3, they're also scared that if development takes place without any check, then that shall destroy the Ladakh's ecosystem and environment. Fragile ecosystem of Ladakh is really important for India, and if we destroy it in the name of development, then it would also end up as a natural disaster. For example, we are all aware about the floods and landslides that happens in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, due to which many people die every year. The reasons for these disasters were overdevelopment. For example, constructing hydraulic dams and constructing roads without any checks. There are many more problems in Ladakh. Basically, the people of Ladakh are fighting to protect their culture and environment from crony capitalism. And now let's talk about few solutions. This solution was written in BJP's manifesto before they won the 2019 elections. But after the elections, as usual, there was no steps taken to implement. The people of Ladakh are just asking the government to fulfill their promises. The solution to the entire Ladakh's problem is the 6th schedule. You guys might be wondering what is 6th schedule, right? This gives more power to the public, and sensitive zones will have an autonomous district council which will make the rules as per the choice of people. But wait, 6th schedule is not something new. This is already there in Mizoram, Tripura, Assam and Meghalaya, which acts as a shield and protects the culture and tradition of the tribal community. But there is a loophole in 6th schedule. That is, only the places where tribal people stay can be protected, but not the environment. But if you see, environment is also equally important to the people of Ladakh. This issue can only be solved by the implementation of Article 371, which protects both the environment and tribal settlements. Now let's see the government's take on this. According to the experts, the government is hesitant towards this because of three major reasons. Firstly, we all know after the clash between Indian Army and Chinese Army in the Galwan Valley, the Indian government has all the eyes on developing the infrastructure and military capabilities in Ladakh and Aksai Chin region. The government fears if the 6th schedule will be a hindrance in the way of development. Secondly, the government says that 6th schedule was only made for northeastern regions. Thirdly, the government is concerned that if they agree to the Ladakh's demand, then many other places in the country will also start asking for the same thing. On April 7th, Sonam Sir and the people of Ladakh will march to the border. The people of Ladakh claim that they are adopting the road of non-violent protest, fasting and marching inspired by Mahatma Gandhi.
We will be doing a Pashmina march or a border march on 7th of April.
This is not a religious movement, but if you see, leaders and individuals from all the regions are taking part in this protest. People of Ladakh are protesting and seeking democracy from the world's largest democratic country. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys require the same information in Kannada or Tamil, do check out the channels given in description. This is Samuel Phillips signing off.